Hello, ladies and gents. Coach Anita here. I'm one of the kickboxing instructors at the Downtown Studio. I'm also the 10-week transformation challenge coach. I'm a licensed certified healthcare practitioner, background in occupational therapy, with several certifications in health-related and well-being needs, including fitness and nutrition. And I'm providing this nutrition series through CKO just hopefully to give you some information, something to think about, or maybe give you an opportunity to experiment a little bit with your nutrition during this time. This certainly is not intended to be an overhaul. This is what you got to do. We're just wanting to share some resources. So I'm really hopeful that this is useful for you. And I'm grateful for being able to share some time with you through this time. Okay, let's move on. Today, we're going to talk about nutrient density, specifically food processing. When food processing increases, nutrient density decreases. This, again, is specific and according to evidence-based research, passing the 5-factor test, and those nutrition concepts in that video, the initial video of this series. So, folks, food is smart. It is packed full of meaning. It tells our story. It is such a prominent thing in our life, a need in our life that ultimately communicates to the body. And so our body is smart. It decodes that information. It controls a lot of information. There's a lot of functioning, processing it does without us having to control it. Quite often our body is more smart, most often, than our brain. And good nutrition controls energy. So we're just talking about nutrition principles. And today we're going to focus on nutrient density, specifically processed foods. So the greater degree of processing of a food really equals a greater loss of nutritional value. Additionally, processed foods add additives. So a food that would be of whole nutritional value versus a processed food will have additives. When we have a high nutritional value with no processing, no additives, we get all the fiber, we get all the essential fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals our body needs to thrive. Again, energy in, energy out. We talked about that a couple videos ago. Additives, including preservatives, fillers, sugar, sodium, unhealthy fats, and refined starches are things our body doesn't get. It's putting a circle in a square, like it's trying to jam it in there. Typically our body does not know what to do with it, and so it's gonna put it somewhere or do something with it that is not going to be to our benefit. Food that goes through minimal to no processing leads to lower rates of heart disease, cancer, depression, type 2 diabetes, and health problems. Again, because it doesn't have a bunch of things that our body doesn't know what to do with. Foods that have minimal to no processing are, again, rich in fiber and protein. We talked about the importance of protein last video. Both bolster satiety. Oh, that word. Listen, if we minimized, reduced, eliminated processed food from one day, it could help us consume 500 calories fewer. That's basically a complete and extra meal in one day, right? So all successful diets, and there's a lot of diets out there, but the ones that are really successful that people have a great response, their body has a great response to, these successful diets share this commonality. Eliminate, reduce, if not, minimize those processed foods, regardless of carbohydrate or fat intake, minimized refined and processed foods are going to lead to weight loss. It's going to lead to burning fat and building muscle. It improves our blood pressure, our insulin, glucose, and cholesterol levels, and gives our body that ability to function, process, and do what it wants to do and can do to produce great energy out, right? So progress is so much more important than perfection. Lose the all or none. This is not the overhaul, pull out all canned, all packaged foods. Absolutely not. In fact, that would be to our detriment, because when we go out to eat in a restaurant or when we go to our friends' homes, we can't control those things. So then all of a sudden our body is going to be like, what is going on? I don't know what to do with this stuff. You don't give me this thing. So, and it's not about this is bad and this is good. It's not about these are whole, this is all whole, or this is not whole. This is really about a goal of just getting our nutrition just a little bit better, right? So we are always looking for strengths and wins. Good nutrition is always looking for strengths and wins. A way that you can test this is use a self-rating scale. 1 is, awful, feel terrible, lousy, on the floor, can't even keep my eyes open. And 10 is fireworks, fantastic, awesome. If perfect could exist, that would be perfect. Give it a test. Try, perhaps, buying, if you typically buy rotisserie chickens, maybe buy a chicken and bake it. Try the rotisserie chicken, self-rate. How do you feel? What's your body doing? Or maybe after. And then the same with the baked chicken. Go into how is my body physically responding? How is it physically responding an hour after my meal? How is it physically responding later in the day or in the evening or the next day? How did I sleep? You know, you can use these types of self-ratings or things to really test how your body is doing with just minimizing processed foods. If you're a chicken nugget person, try the rotisserie chicken. Maybe it's about palatability. Maybe it's about enjoyment. Maybe it's not even that you want to lose weight, or, I don't know. But just a fun experiment. Thinking about shrimp, you could, if you do canned shrimp, try fresh shrimp. If you do popcorn shrimp all the time, try canned shrimp. For those who are on plant-based diets, if you're always doing the canned legumes, maybe give dry legumes a try. They're in a bag. It does take a little bit more time to prepare, but for the sake of testing and experimenting, why not? If the baked legumes, AKA chips, which are in abundance at Trader Joe's, they have a ton of different legumes and grains in their chips. If that's your go-to and you're thinking, I'm getting more lentils because I bought the lentil chips, try canned legumes. You just take it in a one-step manner. I hope this is helpful. Please do leave a comment. Share if you did an experiment. It would be interesting to see what results you got. Again, hopefully we're giving you just a little bit of information as you're spending time, as we're all spending time social distancing. We're in this together. CKO is the community as a whole. We just really want to continue to thrive together and help one another. We as a team are doing only what we can think of right now to help in terms of providing support and resources. So I'm hopeful this is helpful. Everyone, have a great one, and I will hopefully see you next video. Thank you.